Do your children need a longer school day or a longer school year? President Obama says American kids spend too little time in school, putting them at a disadvantage with other students around the globe. The president wants schools to add time to classes, to stay open late, and to let kids in on weekends so they have a safe place to go. Education Secretary Arne Duncan says our school calendar is based upon the agrarian economy, and not too many of our kids are working the fields today. Well, joining us to discuss the issue is Dr. Carol Fenn, Superintendent of Rockingham County Schools. Dr. Fenn, thanks for joining us.
Surely. Nice to be here, Bob.
Well, what's your initial reaction to the President calling for more time in school?
I think what it's really important to focus on is the quality of the day, what we already do in the school day that we have. What is the rigor? What is the accountability? What is happening in classroom instruction, remediation, enrichment? What are the services that we currently are providing our students? And are those meeting our needs and meeting the benchmarks, maybe more importantly than the length of a day?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's obviously two ways to augment more time in school, a longer school day or a longer school year. What are your thoughts about a longer school day, first of all?
Again, I think the rigor of the day that we currently have, it's important that we have so many clock hours, seat hours to earn credits for graduation. There are certain requirements that we already meet in Virginia schools for graduation requirements. Those are important. But the other thing is, what is the mastery of the content? Are our children truly mastering the content, achieving the goals, the benchmarks we want them to? And we want to continue to make it happen in the current school day as we know it.
So you don't see like any immediate need to, let's lengthen the school day.
What's working right now in Rockingham County Schools is the current school day. We are always looking at our schedule, our high school schedule. We're on a 7-period alternate day block schedule, and that's working for our students. We also have block opportunities for learning in our elementary and middle schools, and we want to continue to have our teachers and our parents and our school board work together to determine what that day looks like and what's the best schedule for our students.
The other option would be a longer school year. Any merit in that idea?
I've heard of a longer school year in Virginia School Division years ago, and it was sort of based on the notion of students would go to school for 45 days. They then would have a 15-day period that they might be off, you would say, or students could then also opt to take enrichment classes, or those, for example, who need remediation in algebra might be remediated during that 15 days. But basically the year-long calendar could be something like 45 days going to school, 15 days with something different, 45, 15, and so forth.
Mm-hmm. And you hear about schools, I have relatives in Florida who are using the system where they don't have the long summer vacation, they have more frequent breaks, but I guess shorter breaks compared to the long summer vacation.
And where it has worked in Virginia is when there's been an option, when there's been a choice by the parents in the community. I want my child to attend a typical day, a typical school year as we know it, September to June, or a 45-15 type of school year.
Well, as we mentioned, Education Secretary Arne Duncan says our school calendar is based upon the agrarian economy, and not too many of our kids are working the fields today. If you had to sculpt a school year calendar with the way things are today, would it be what we're under?
It might look a little differently, although you know here in Rockingham County and in the Shenandoah Valley we might be the most agrarian as compared to the rest of Virginia. But there are families who want to take ski trips or take vacations in the fall that a 45-15 might work for them.
Mm-hmm. Is there any serious movement in the state to make any changes?
At this point, I'm not aware of any, and certainly not here in the Valley. I think we're working to meet the No Child Left Behind benchmarks, the adequate yearly progress benchmarks, Virginia Standards of Learning goals. That seems to be the target right now, clearly in public education. We want all of our students to be successful, be ready for the 21st century and into the workplace.
All right, Dr. Carol Fenn, Superintendent of Rockingham County Schools, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.